Mike, everybody, how are you doing?
Well,
Hey.
Oh, hi, Mar. Sorry.
What a funny story.
I didn't hate this movie.
No.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like my brain can't comprehend it. It was like it like wasn't bad. Yeah. That's a
We'll
good
go with acceptable.
Acceptable.
Why can't you say you liked it? I kind of
I
liked
liked
it.
it.
Wonder Woman.
Here's the thing.
I like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Here's the thing.
I genuinely liked Wonder Woman.
I liked it, but I wanted to love it.
Yeah,
That's the
Okay.
problem. I think
did
that's
not
the
this
problem.
Okay,
So-
I can buy into that.
Yeah,
a
we
bit
saw
more.
Justice League and
Yeah,
We survived.
we made it out.
barely.
It was very
More than barely.
painless. That's for
Yeah.
sure. It was short.
Yeah,
Yes.
it wasn't
Yeah.
a 3-hour
Only 2
slog.
hours.
Certainly wasn't. I think before
Zack Snyder.
before we went to this movie, we did a little experiment, and we opened up Rotten Tomatoes for Batman v Superman, and then opened up Rotten Tomatoes for this movie. Batman v Superman was like 28%.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Justice
Yeah.
League was like 40%. So it was like, okay, they're getting better. We're almost to that 50% mark.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were wondering if we were gonna spoil anything for this movie, but I don't think there's really anything to spoil because
Not really, no.
most of the things you're gonna assume about this movie are probably gonna be true. Spoilers: Superman comes back.
Well, they
Yep.
did that really quickly. He was in the opening
Yeah.
credits, like
And
from
they
the
didn't
very
do the whole
beginning.
thing with the 4 clones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
we
The
were
trailer itself
spared that
spoiled
shit.
We
That's
spared
true.
Cyborg Superman
I remember that.
And Steel.
and Eradicator.
John Henry Irons.
And Eradicator.
And
Yeah.
that super kid?
Yeah, the Metropolis
The
Kid.
Metropolis Kid.
Yeah.
Don't call me Superboy.
You said it
So-
just like that in that accent?
Yeah, no, it was from that video.
Yeah, from the Max Landis one.
Yeah,
Oh,
watch
yeah.
that, by the way. It was really funny. Here's the thing. They have been improving. The thing is, the reason why I'm saying we're Superman coming back is not a spoiler because fucking duh, he was
Yeah.
gonna come
Yeah.
back.
There's
Yeah.
no way that they could. Yeah.
One, they're not gonna kill off Superman before forming the Justice League.
Yeah.
Because they need him, because you have to have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
the triumvirate.
And two, you can't kill Superman that easily. And
Yeah.
those of us who have lived through the 90s know
Healing coma.
that he's not... The death of Superman isn't really the death of Superman.
Alright.
I will say, when he came back to life, he was a much more tolerable Superman.
Yeah.
Because, for fuck's sake, it was really nice to see Superman smiling.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's right.
He's not all
Smile.
dark and
Yes.
brooding.
That's true.
He actually felt like Superman.
He was
I was like,
happier.
oh my god, they're almost correct.
Yes. Almost.
Almost, still, again. So, one of the fears I had about this movie, and we've already talked about this, I was worried that the big bad of this one was going to be Darkseid, because I figured Infinity War is right around the corner. DC is trying to play catch up to Marvel.
Yeah.
Are they going to really, unleash the big bad immediately?
No.
Thankfully, they did not, because I was worried because we saw the Parademons. They didn't really explain who the villain was.
No, they said the word once, but that
They
was
said
about
they
it.
said his name once.
Yep.
The villain for this movie was Steppenwolf.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Who is-
sorry.
The band showed up.
Yeah, the band Imagine
Why?
if Steppenwolf was playing while they
Yes.
fought Steppenwolf. Batman shows up on the
Yep.
Bat Cycle.
Exactly.
I could not take him seriously.
With that
With that name and just the way he acted. There were parts of the movie where he was saying something and I could... The way his accent was, or whatever he was trying to say, I couldn't understand what he was saying. Like he was
Subtitles,
yelling at
please.
Wonder Woman, and he's just like, that's all it sounded like to me.
Subtitles.
Yeah, subtitles, please.
Yeah.
It was,
I was also, because they didn't say his name for a good while into the movie, I was worried that was Darkseid. And I was like, oh god, what'd they do to him? No.
This goofy looking
Yeah.
horned motherfucker is
Yeah.
not gonna be
It's like he
Darkseid.
stole Loki's hat.
It really was.
Yeah.
Actually, it was more like Surtur's
Yeah. Ah.
hat. Because we just seen Thor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully they didn't waste Darkseid on this movie. I'm sure they'll build him up after a while.
Here's hoping.
They've
Yeah,
got the time to do it now if they choose to. So.
yeah, because that's one thing the DC universe cannot screw up is Darkseid.
Yeah, that's their
Okay.
Thanos. They
He
need
is-
him to be.
He is their Thanos.
That's true.
Yeah. As for the team, again, playing catch up to Marvel, so we got to get all these characters together
And you
real
know,
quick.
each one kind of parallels their Marvel counterpart. Like Momoa as Aquaman was most definitely Thor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Superman was Cap.
yeah.
Yeah. Same annoying stuff.
Yeah.
So like Flash would be like the Spider-Man maybe in a way.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, he was more like
definitely
in
Spider-Man.
Civil War
Definitely.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, seeing him and Bruce together
Yeah.
were kind of
Yeah.
kind
Bruce
of had
Wayne
a
was definitely Tony Stark.
yeah,
Yes.
it was kind of a Spider-Man,
Yes.
Yeah.
Iron Man thing
It was
going on.
it was rare
I
to
mean-
see Batman actually cracking a few jokes, but
Yeah.
you know what? That's the one thing I like about Ben Affleck as Batman. He actually managed to achieve that perfect balance between Batman and Bruce Wayne
Yes,
to the point where when he has his mask off, you know,
yeah, and that
he
was
plays
the,
that character very
that was
well.
the thing
Yes.
everybody was flipping out about
Yeah,
too.
that's what everybody's
It's like
worried about.
Batfleck? No, and it turns out he was the best
He
thing.
he was the best.
He was the best thing about Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
That's true.
So he's still on point in this movie.
Yeah, definitely. I
Is he
gotta
sticking
say,
around though.
I hope so.
I heard all these
I've-
rumors.
yeah,
that, like,
I
I
mean-
really want them to give him a
Thanks.
standalone Batman film, but I don't think it's going to happen.
well, the thing is, he's playing like an older Batman.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, I've heard the same rumors as well. Like he's trying to get out, but honestly, I'm not gonna believe it until something happens.
Right.
Because it's the internet. I loved Flash in this.
Me too.
I really.
I didn't.
He was really.
I found him kind of annoying.
Really?
Like, I didn't
I-
laugh at his jokes or anything like that.
I don't know.
The
I
only
he was
time I
fine.
really liked him was when he had his interactions with Superman.
Yeah,
Brief as they were, but yeah, they
Yeah.
played off each other actually pretty well.
they did. I mean, that's something to look forward to in
Yeah.
future movies. I suppose. The one thing I didn't like, Cyborg was way too like brooding.
Yeah, he was way too... They
It's
did
like-
get a booyah out of him, but only once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I...
It's like
He was. It's like
Mhm.
they took the edge from Superman and gave it to
gave
him.
it to
yeah, he was,
It was
he
like-
was pretty
I-
emo.
I'm too used to either just like really like jolly cyborg or just like
It's like-
all business tech geek cyborg.
It's
not
like-
like I'm a monster now.
Yeah.
Like, no, you have cool robot arms. They're
Next,
cool.
next movie it'll be the Flash. Like it's just Edgelord Hot Potato.
Oh no.
Let's hope not.
Flash caught it this movie. Next movie it's Aquaman.
Yeah.
Batman's just like, no, I'm out, guys. I've held
Aquaman.
that for too long.
A lot of people weren't sold on Momoa as Aquaman when
See,
they cast him,
He wasn't.
but
I thought he was okay.
I thought he did good.
He did good. For
Any
him.
opportunity Aquaman gets to be awesome
Yes.
is good.
Yeah.
Because that character has the worst reputation of like
He
all
does.
every hero
Like
ever.
the whole
talked
thing
to
with
fish?
Batman joking about him
Yeah.
talking to fish.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was great.
Are you
He
sure
didn't
you
talk
don't
to fish in
fish?
this movie at
The
all.
water
No, he
doesn't
didn't.
talk.
You're right.
Yeah.
Not once
Yeah.
did he
Yeah.
didn't speak to any fish in this movie.
Although I do like that they played up the because I think there's like several different stories for Aquaman. There's one where he's just king of Atlantis, and then there's the one where he's like half Atlantean, half human, and he
yeah.
lived on land and he wanted to go there. And I think it was Justice League: Throne of Atlantis, the animated movie that did that one pretty
Yeah.
well, where he was, you know, he lived on land and he, you know, wanted to go back but he couldn't, and they touched on that in this movie, but they didn't really go into it, and that is kind of the problem. It's like with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we had time to get to know all the characters,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
by the
and
time
that's-
by the time Avengers came around, we were just like, yes.
Well, they all had individual movies for the most part. For
Yeah.
there, you know?
And even the ones that didn't, at least, you know,
Yeah.
stood out as side characters, like
like
Hawkeye,
Agent
and-
Coulson.
yeah,
Yeah.
Perfect
and
example.
definitely.
But that's the one thing that the DC universe sorely lacks, and that's character development.
Yeah.
There's so
Well-
many in this movie. Like when Aquaman's just like, yeah, I just want to get away from Atlantis, and then one of the cubes gets stolen. He's like, I need to go back to Atlantis, and he talks to this one random chick who starts expositing about like who his mother was, and it's just like, that's the other thing I hated about this movie. Exposition. There is a lot of
Yes. Again, playing catch up.
Exposition.
Gotta get all this information out as fast.
Right.
All this information got to get out as fast as possible. And that's really just what's hurting them. They are clearly making up for it though, because this movie had a lot more levity. They improved Superman.
Yeah.
They didn't make as many mistakes as they did with...
It was only 50% as pretentious as Batman versus Superman. It did have its moments. Remember, Snyder was still helming this one.
Yeah.
Superman.
And according to Rotten Tomatoes, it's at least 20% better overall.
It's like, I get it, Snyder. I know you want to make like Kingdom Come or The New Gods or whatever, but
well, here's
hold off for a while.
Here's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I have a theory.
What's that?
About this. There is a way that they can fix everything in the DC universe. There is a thing, and I believe they announced it as a movie coming up. It's called Flashpoint.
Huh.
For those of you who don't know, Flashpoint is when Flash went back in time to try and save his mother, but then he caused an alternate dark universe to happen, and then he had to go back and fix everything.
Because that's the one where Thomas Wayne is Batman.
Yeah,
and not Bruce.
Flashpoint Paradox, the movie, is really good. It'll give you everything you need to know about this. But here's the thing: when he goes back, he creates a different timeline, and that's when the New 52 happened.
Wow.
That was the DC reboot. Like, they caused it in universe.
Damn.
Okay.
Wow.
And I feel like if things get way too out of hand, they always got that in their back pocket.
Right.
Like, they can just hit the reset button whenever they want. Just Flashpoint, we're going to start over.
Fuck, hopefully they don't
do over. Mulligan.
Hopefully they don't go the other route and make a fucking Infinite Crisis movie.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know. I do know that there have been talks of, like bringing in Constantine, which would be great. Give him a proper movie.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves coming back. That'd be awesome. Oh, wait, you weren't...
No.
Shit, you weren't talking about him.
But what movie is in the next rotation for the DC?
That's a good question, actually. I'm not sure.
So
I don't remember, like, what the...
Because I feel like what they could do, those characters we were just talking about that don't have those identity movies, they could actually now go and make an Aquaman movie or something like that.
Yeah.
And now that we've got a little bit of a taste.
This movie still didn't do enough for me to care about the DC universe. Like, when Thor came out, at that point, like, I was so stoked about it for weeks.
Yeah.
This one, it's just like, oh shit, it came out this weekend. I guess we better go see it.
Oh yeah, that other superhero movie.
Yeah.
The one that's happening between Thor and Black Panther, yes. What was it called again?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We all mark our calendars between Marvel movies. That's how we live our lives now.
Yeah. Well, they keep Disney keeps showing us that timeline.
Yeah.
It's like, here's all the movies coming out.
Yep, exactly.
Be ready. 2025 is gonna be the Howard the Duck.
Yes, finally, the remake everyone wants.
No.
Because they did that with the Star Wars movies. They did that with the Marvel. Do they do that with their Disney princesses?
Yeah. Well, they have.
I'm just wondering.
They're just making live action remakes of all
They
this.
have three timelines they
Jungle
show.
Book.
Oh,
There's the Marvel
Beauty
one.
and the Beast.
There's the Star Wars one, and then there's like the Omni timeline where it's just
Lion
all the
King?
movies.
Yeah, Lion
and they
King.
somehow
Live
all
action.
merge.
How in the fuck are they doing live action Lion King?
It's not.
How in the
It's
fuck?
computer animated.
Then it's animated.
Lions don't talk.
No.
Maybe they're
it's
dressing
the
them
Broadway
up.
show.
Yes, they're
They
dressing
just
them
filmed
up
that
like
for 2 hours.
Exactly.
No.
Well, it could be Lion King on ice.
Brother, help
You know
me.
No.
You know what,
All right.
Disney? Remake the Black Cauldron. If you're gonna
They
do
better.
any one of those movies, Black Cauldron.
Yes, they should.
Yeah, that one was dark as
Problem
fuck.
is John Hurt's dead, so you're not gonna have him playing the Horned King.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't mind anybody taking a crack at that the storybooks for that.
Yeah.
Because the problem with Black Cauldron is that they cram too much into one movie.
Well, the thing is, it was the closest Disney got to making an animated horror movie.
Yeah.
Like, there was
It
a lot.
is
It was a
really
lot
I
bloody.
know that
It was
movie.
supposed to
I
be a
never
lot
seen it,
bloodier.
so. Did Disney do Dark Crystal?
That was Jim Henson.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think he was part of
But there's supposedly a Netflix series coming out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love Dark Crystal.
And
That was the good
there's comics too.
Triumph.
There's a lot. There was a prequel comic,
Oh.
which was really cool. It showed the history of the Gelflings before extinction.
one. Oh, okay.
You know. Anyway, we're like, you know that.
Well,
you
the
know,
Muppets are in Disney
you know that
now.
meme that you know that meme that's out of that guy looking at that other girl and then the girl his like girlfriend. Okay, that's us right now because that girl is DC. We're the guy looking at Disney
Yeah.
because we're supposed to be talking
Yeah.
about DC.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a trip to Six Flags so we can ride in one of those rides.
Anyway,
Anyway.
does anybody have anything else they want to bring up?
I'd say wait for this one to come out on Netflix, honestly.
Yeah, this is probably a rental.
Yeah, this is not a
I would
rush
say-
to the theater movie.
I agree with that.
The thing
but
is,
it's worth watching.
I feel like here's what I think. I think this movie would have been a lot better had they not tried to kill off Superman
Mm-hmm.
in the
And
first
they
movie.
brought that half-assed, convoluted way to bring him back.
Yeah,
Which was somehow more insulting than the clones.
yeah. It was complicated and again,
They
was quick.
defibrillated him with an
It's like-
Horadric cube.
we need to bring him back. Hurry up! We need to bring him back. Hurry! Somebody
10,000 volts,
think of
clear.
some. Get your notepads out. Write ideas down. How do we bring back Superman? Whatever's the quickest one, we do it. Yeah. Other than that, I think they had a solid attempt here. We were talking before we turned the camera on. We had a great bit about how these are they're making steps to make it a better movie.
But they have a long way to go.
Yeah,
do.
you know,
But they should take
way.
their time. I think
Yeah.
that the main reason why Marvel did so well is it paced itself appropriately. And I know that DC wanted to get everything out in one swoop, but now that this is out, they need to just slow down
Yeah.
and just develop what they have. It's out there. The movie
And-
wasn't bad.
and you know what?
People care.
After Infinity War, I feel like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to lose a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
of course.
that'll be the time for them,
To do
DC,
Darkseid
to
and really push
show
that
up
hard.
and be
It's
like,
like
okay, we'll fill the gap while everyone
Yeah.
waits for
'Cause
whatever
right now
they're
it's a
doing
giant
next.
the whole MCU is a giant bubble that's getting bigger
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
bigger. Infinity War is the needle that's gonna pop that shit.
Thanos is going to show up and punch it with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, because at that point it's gonna be like, where the fuck do we go from
Yeah,
here?
well, I know they do have plans for afterwards, because after Infinity War we're supposed to get like Captain Marvel, I think, and
Ah,
No.
other stuff probably, maybe, I don't know. I know there are. I mean, they're no doubt going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Oh, yeah.
so we'll have probably that to look forward to.
Deadpool 2. We're gonna.
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yes, but that's not
Deadpool.
Disney.
No, it's not.
It could have
No.
been. It could have been.
See, that's the one thing I don't want in the hands of Disney.
Deadpool is what, Fox?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Fox.
that's because he's part of the X-Men universe.
That's like the one thing they do,
But-
right?
The thing is, like with Deadpool, there needs to be like a clause attached to Deadpool that says that anybody can use him for whatever reason, because that's like part of his thing.
Yeah,
He's aware of the fourth wall.
that's true.
There's-
He's just jumping other people.
There's no reason for him to not show up at the Infinity War.
That would be funny.
Just be like, "Hey guys, I'm here too," and then Thanos just stabs him and
Yeah.
tosses him into space or something.
and he comes back
He'll
anyway.
still
'cause he's
survive
really
that.
fat.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially considering Thanos is after the girl that likes Deadpool.
Yep.
Death.
Death herself. Yep.
Death. Yeah.
That's true.
All right, we're talking about Marvel again.
Oh boy. So
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. Any final thoughts on Justice League?
Mediocre.
Better than mediocre. It's worth
Average.
watching, but you don't have to go to the theater to watch this. I agree with them.
There
This is
wasn't
some-
very much
you can
3D
wait
in
for.
there either.
Adequate. It has met most of the minimum standards, and
It
it
gets
is
a chuckle
therefore
here and there.
passable, and you are able to watch it without throwing a fit.
It gets a
Being angry.
beige star.
The
Beige.
base stuff.
Beige.
Like a citrus colored
gold
star.
star.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
popular on the
Surprise.
neutral planet.
Yes.
Tell my wife I said hello. All I know is my gut says maybe. And I think that's how I feel about this movie.
Yeah.
Was it good? Maybe.
A
Maybe.
resounding maybe.
Resounding maybe.
Well, I got nothing else.
All right,
so,
that it? We done?
Yeah.
You guys got to get home to your little one.
Yeah,
So
we
Yep.
do.
yeah, Justice League doesn't get a thumbs up. It gets like a
That's sideways.
It's sideways,
Yeah.
but a little curve
Little
like
bit.
this.
Yours
Yeah.
is.
it's like
Come
twitching.
on, give it.
Yeah, it's staying right level.
It's like
Man.
twitching, like
That's
it
what
wants
I'm
to go
saying.
higher.
Exactly. That's my opinion. So.
All right.
Oh, by the way, Snyder, this is for you.
That's fine. You can do that.
Oh, he's been through enough.
No, he hasn't.
Anyway, all right. See you later.
Take care, guys.
Later.